Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Let's thank our members first over Lane 11B, Cots and Crazy Blue. Thank you for being the full crew members, it helps a lot. Foxbad members and Fishbad members as well, thank you. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So today we are flying out the F-4C, an aircraft that it is 10.0, it has BVR, it is a very amazing aircraft to be honest, very good. But it is facing some problems, and I just wanted to talk a bit about it. And there's not much of a solution here. You just have to be smart about it and just try to run away. And that is the all aspect missiles that you face, obviously with the Su-25 and maybe the A-10s, depending on the BR that you are fighting and the matchmaking in general. But to be honest, Su-25s will be in all of your matches. It is difficult to face these things, man. The F-4C, it's an aircraft that, I mean, it's a sluggish aircraft. It's a big aircraft. It doesn't turn well compared to some others, and doesn't have flares, doesn't have anything like that. So we really need to be careful. And as you see, I'm going to die a lot on this video. Not a lot, but we will eventually see some stuff like that. As you see, the M9D, the M7D, they're not the most amazing thing, but most just because they are not the greatest thing ever, like a dogfight missile. They're not a dogfight missile, so you have to use it like the R23, like the M7E, the M7C. They need at least, like, I would say, like 6 to 7 kilometers to actually start working properly, because of a range on a target, you know, because it just takes a lot of time to start turning, and with that you can miss some targets. Another thing that helps the missile is your nose position, you know. Try to put the nose position of the aircraft to a susceptible way to the missile, just to have the most amount of energy possible, you know. But as you see, I'm just flying kind of high, you know. There's so many Su-25s here. If they try to just look at me, I will end up dying. I try to get them by surprise, but yeah, the A9s are not the greatest thing ever, you know, the A9Es. And here in this position, I wasn't using one of the cannon, the cannons, you know. So yeah, it's problematic, right? Launch a missile there. See, the missile takes too much time to start turning, and eventually you will just lose that. So yeah, missile launched, nothing you can do. Basically, if somebody decides that you need to die, you will die. Basically, that's it. But still, the tactic, it is to climb. Obviously, it's a very good interceptor style aircraft, you know, so it is an aircraft that is supposed to be flying high. But after the Su-25 was added and the A-10, yeah, it, like many others, it is just suffering a little bit, you know, to be honest. And it's just one of those aircraft. I think it's worth to actually get it and fly it. It's still fun to fly it. I mean, it has BVR at 10.0 and a fairly good BVR even. It doesn't have the most amount of range, but yeah, it's fairly good. You know, as you see, 10-15 kilometer shots are fairly easy to hit. You know, but really you have to think about the Su-25s. You have to climb and just be safe. You know, from those guys. Here we had another problem. For example, a MiG-21S decided to just follow me around for a very long time, and I couldn't do much to it, because if I try to turn with it, I will end up lose. He's trying to shoot at other guys there. He's just killing everybody, and he's trying. Then he tried to come after me, as you see, firing missiles. And yeah, I just decided to get some speed. Obviously, he's firing the R3Rs, because look at the RWR there popping. But I mean, an R3R will not hit targets beyond 3 kilometers cold, you know. So yeah, I just decided to run, because if I try to dogfight him, I will lose. And yeah, this is the problem with this aircraft, you know. It is a fast aircraft, it has BVR, has everything like that, but it doesn't have flares, it doesn't have maneuverability, it doesn't even have an internal gun. So not that that is a problem, it depends on the aircraft, but such older aircraft like this, not having an internal gun can be a problem sometimes. So yeah, I am using, obviously without the gun, to try to be lighter, you know. I'm using 30 minutes of fuel, which was kind of a mistake. I don't know, it feels like if you use 20 minutes, it's fine. And if you use the gun pod, also it helps a little bit, but the aircraft becomes a lot heavier than it was, so it kind of like it's problematic, you know. So yeah, that Jaguar was helping me, so I turned around and got him with the A9E. Alright, missile, very fast, but it's not an R60 or A9G, right? So yeah. Then I decided to run a little bit, get some speed, get out of there a little bit. There are some aircraft flying around, as you see the Su-25 there. I was kind of close, but yeah, I decided to turn around once I got a little bit of distance and return to it to actually help him. But he eventually, yeah, it's the Jaguar, right? He's alright. He's trying to fight. I mean, it's difficult to fight this aircraft. If you have the flares, it's fine, to be honest, but if you haven't, it's kind of weird. And if you are wondering about the War Thunder real-time information that I have, it's an overlaid program that I have right there showing more stuff. Okay, so that's basically it. Fired 189, but it was kind of too far away, so I decided to just fire another one, but it was kind of a mistake. The missile eventually got him anyway. So as you see, this was probably my best match on the F-4C for the recording, and I wasn't even using the gun. So the point is, if you have a very good team, you don't kind of need the gun, you know. You just be fast and keep firing the missiles and you will be fine. It's not something that I think it's usable most of the time, but it's still pretty alright, and yeah, I guess, right? So yeah, as you see, the pylons for the A9s are being ejected after being used. I mean, it is something that helps in the game, but it is not realistic, right? Somebody would not just just do that, right? Only in extreme combats, and not even that. So trying to get a lock here, trying to fly as low as possible, and then to get a proper lock. Obviously, this missile is not pull stopper or anything, so yeah, got him with the M7. So pretty good game. So as you see, you don't need the gun to actually do well in this, but still, here I tried to use the gun. The 2 last matches, I think I was using the gun, but yeah, try to go high again, try to get people with the BVR, you know. MiG-23 right there. Here I kind of forgot that I had a gun, because I normally don't use guns in this aircraft. So I could have shot him, but I don't know why. I waited like until like he was turning to start shooting. Doesn't make sense, but yeah, it's my brain just forgetting that I had a gun installed in the aircraft for a bit. Because to be honest, I think it's much more fun to fly these aircraft without the gun, just because they are much lighter, and then you can have some certain better positions to just fire the missiles, you know. I think the F-4C is kind of, I mean, not that good on that, but to be honest, the F-4J is it's amazing at that, and the what's it called, the F4 FGR as well. They're pretty alright doing that as well without the gun, just because you have properly good missiles, you know. And that's my point about aircraft that don't have guns to be added in game. Every single one of them can be fairly good if they have the proper missiles, you know, if they have the good some form of good missile. And even with that, most of them use gun pods anyway. So for example, the Su-9, we don't have it. The Su-11, the Su-15, the MiG-25, the F-102 and F-106. They're all aircraft that don't have you know, guns, but they're pretty alright, to be honest, without the guns. Maybe some of them not that much, but still, just because of the missiles and stuff. And the Su-9, for example, and the F-106 and the Su-11 can use gun pods as well. So yeah, that would be pretty alright. So as you see here, I mean, in kind of a bad position. That F5, I wasn't sure if he was trying to fly or not, just missed a couple of shots there. But the real problem here is the Su-25s, man. Su-25s can be a pain to actually kill. Try to get him with the M9E. He would have got him if he didn't see the missile, but he saw it. Tried to get a couple of hits. just a minor ones. Try to shoot the A5 with the M7D, but not enough maneuverability for the missile to actually get him. So yeah, we are kind of in a bad position here. All the aircraft that we are fighting have better missiles than me, and to be honest, have a better performance while turning. So I kind of need to use it as an interceptor, as a boom and zooner. But that's the thing with jets, you have a lot of more energy than a prop. So the kind of technically the boom and zoom tactics that you use here are different from a prop. I mean, it's not an actual tactic, you know, but it's just you try to splash the target very quickly, and then you just go away. That's basically the tactic, you know. But not in a dive situation. You are just just flying around horizontally, you know, and doing that. So yeah, the A5, they are very dangerous aircraft. Trying to maintain his tail here. Try to fire a missile there, and here is kind of when, I mean, I kind of got a little bit over carried, but yeah, fired the 3 missiles and I missed every single one of them, so kind of my fault. I was getting tired a little bit here, so yeah, must be that, but still. As I said, with these aircraft, as I said with the MiG-21 video that I did, we have to have trigger discipline in this aircraft, you know. These older aircraft, you know, because I mean the F-4C, that's the thing, man. There's a problem in the brain that when you have such a low ammo count like the MiG-21 F-13, I actually can maintain a fairly good, you know, trigger discipline, you know, because I know everything is already scarce, you know, so you already know that you don't have a lot of ammo and a lot of missiles, so you just have to be smart about it. But with the F4, you have such a large amount of ammo rounds and missiles and stuff that you just spam them and you don't kind of care, and then you eventually get into a certain situation like this that you barely have any ammo or barely have any missiles. So yeah, need to be careful with that more, with this kind of mentality, you know. And this is the last little match that I did just to show the capabilities of the F-4C in the BVR conditions. Pretty good. Eventually I died, but still, as you saw, fired a missile 13 kilometers, 14 kilometers, and then I got a lock. MiG-21 it is, the type of the aircraft, and I saw the missile coming. So yeah, he fired an R3R, went defensive, trying to maintain a lock. Yeah, splash. So pretty good kill. So yeah, that's the main thing about this aircraft. It's very, very good at that. But as always, so many Su-25s that eventually I will die for one of them. So many R60s, and you cannot evade them. So yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments, and bye guys. See you.